Today, we are dissecting a piece of hardware that really sits at the heart of professional AV. It's the Kramer VS-44H2. And on paper, it's a 4x4 4K matrix switcher. But then you see the price.
Yeah.
It's listed at $2,252.
Yeah.
And that's the discounted rate. So it feels like they're pitching this as something more.
Oh, absolutely. They're positioning it as the brain of the meeting room. I mean, if you just need to switch a couple of inputs, there are way cheaper boxes out there.
Right.
This thing is built for those environments where you just cannot afford that blue screen of death right in the middle of a big presentation. It's all about signal integrity and, interestingly, room automation.
Okay, so let's ground this for a second. The 4x4 part. We're talking 4 HDMI inputs, 4 HDMI outputs. Simple enough.
Correct. But the key here is the matrix capability. You're not just, mirroring one screen to 4 others.
Right.
You can send input 1 to output 3 and input 2 to output 1. Or you can take one source and just blast it to all 4 screens at once. It gives you total traffic control.
Right. But traffic control is kind of standard for matrix switchers.
Yeah.
Where this unit seems to really stand out is in the visual fidelity. It's supporting 4K resolution at 60 Hz with 4.4.4 chroma subsampling.
Yes.
So for anyone who's not an engineer, why does that 4.4.4 number matter so much, especially in a business setting?
Well, it matters because of what people are actually looking at in meeting rooms. They're looking at text.
Okay.
If you have lower subsampling, like 4.2.0, your video might look fine. But fine text, sharp lines, think of a complex Excel grid or an architectural drawing.
It gets fuzzy.
It can look fuzzy, yeah, or washed out. 4.4.4 means you're getting uncompressed color data. It keeps that text razor sharp, which is just non-negotiable for professional use.
So it's about preserving the detail needed for data. I also saw Kramer makes a big deal about their, reclocking and equalization technology. Is that just some clever marketing speak for it works, or is there some real engineering going on there?
No, it's legitimate engineering. Digital signals, especially over HDMI, are pretty fragile over long distances. They degrade, they pick up noise. This unit basically acts as a checkpoint. It grabs the incoming signal, strips out all the noise, completely rebuilds that digital structure, and sends it out fresh. It means you can run much longer cables without getting that flicker or digital snow you sometimes see.
Okay, so it's a cleaner, much more robust signal. But the feature that actually made me stop and go, whoa, wasn't even the video specs. It was Maestro.
That's the one.
Reading about it, it sounds like they've basically embedded a whole control processor right inside the switcher.
That is the aha feature of this unit. I mean, normally if you want a room to react when a user does something like dimming the lights when a presentation starts, you need a whole separate, often expensive control system.
A whole other bomb.
A whole other box, another thing to program. Maestro lets the VS44H2 do all of that itself.
Well, wait, it's not just detecting a signal, it's executing a script based on that signal.
Exactly. You can configure specific triggers. Let's say you plug your laptop into input 1. The switcher detects that connection, and Maestro can then trigger a command to lower the projector screen, turn on the projector, and even dim the lights.
That solves a huge human problem, the fumble factor.
Precisely. It removes the need for the presenter to hunt for the lighting remote, then the projector remote, then the screen switch. They just plug in, and the room just reacts.
It turns the switcher from a passive box into an active room manager.
That's a great way to put it.
And speaking of managing things, what happens when they go wrong? I see it has an embedded pattern generator.
Which is a complete lifesaver for any installer. If a display isn't working, you don't have to drag a laptop up a ladder to test it. You just fire up a test pattern right from the unit itself to see if the signal path is good.
And it has smart switching too, right? So if I unplug my laptop, the main screen doesn't just go black.
Right. It uses active source detection. If the current source gets disconnected, it'll automatically hunt for the next priority input or just the last device that was connected and make sure there's always something on the screen.
And physically, it seems built for that pro environment. Standard 19-inch 1U rack space.
Yeah. Ethernet RS-232 for control. It's designed to be put in a rack and just run 24/7 without ever needing a reboot.
So let's get back to the bottom line. You're paying over $2,000. That is a serious investment for a switcher.
It is, but you're really paying for 2 things. You're paying for the insurance policy of that reclocking tech, so your signal never fails during a critical moment.
Okay.
And you're paying for the cost savings of not needing a separate room controller because Maestro is built right in.
So it's essentially collapsing 2 different devices into one chassis.
Exactly.
It leaves us with an interesting thought on where this whole industry is heading. We used to think of AV hardware as just, pipes for video. But now the hardware itself is becoming environment aware. It makes you wonder how long until the room just knows you've walked in before you even plug a cable in.
The invisible interface. That's definitely where it's all going.
Something to think about next time your meeting actually starts on time. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.